Good morning, students. Now today we are going to study mean for group data by assumed mean method. Today we will study mean by assumed mean method. In my last class I have explained you how to find out mean using Dirac method for grouped data, and earlier I have explained you that how to find out mean for ungrouped data. Now using assumed mean method to find the grouped data, we have to see over here. Here the marks are given in the class interval of 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. These are the groups made for the marks and their corresponding values. It means that the number of students who are placed in each group. We are having in 0 to 10 group 5 students, therefore frequency of it is 5. Then the 10 to 20 group we are having 6 students. 20 to 30 we are having 4 students, and the group of 30 to 40 marks we are having 2 students. In the group of 40 to 50 we are having 3 students. Now first of all we have to find out the class mark of each term. As I have explained you in my earlier classes, while finding the mean using Dirac method, we can find out class mark by adding the upper limit and lower limit of any class interval and dividing it by 2. Here 0 to 10 is the first group, so when we will add it, we get 0 plus 10, that is equals to 10, and when we will divide it by 2 we get 5. I have also explained you that if the class size is same, as you can observe over here, that the class size is same over here, it is 10. For each, the difference of upper and lower limit in the class interval, we see that it is equals to 10. When we are having the same class size, it means that the difference of class interval between the upper and lower limit is same, then you can add that class size in the previous class mark to get consecutive class mark. Now since we have obtained the first class mark over here as 5, so for the next class interval, that is 10 to 20, you do not require to add 10 and 20 and divide by 2. You can simply add the class size in 5 to make the next class mark, that is equals to 15. Since class size is 10, so we have added 5, we have added 10 in 5 to get our next class mark. Similarly, we can add 10 in 15 also to get next class mark, and we have obtained the remaining class marks using that method by adding 10 in the previous class marks to get next class mark. In this way we have obtained the class mark of all the class intervals. When we will obtain all the class marks, then when we have to use assumed mean method over here, so we have to take any of the term from the obtained value of xi. Since xi is 5, 15, 25, 35 and 45, we can take any of the value as our assumed mean, but it will be better for us to take middlemost value. Middlemost value, it means that when we are having odd number of terms, then we can add 1 in that number of terms and divide by 2 to get the middlemost term. Since the total number of term is 5 over here, So we will add 1 in 5. It is equals to 6. When will 6 divide by 2? When this 6 will divide by 2, we get 3. So the third term is 25. So we have taken it as assumed mean. It is not necessary for you to take this term as assumed mean. You can take any term as your assumed mean. But if you will take middlemost value as assumed mean, then it will be better while calculating the value. When it will be the sixth term, since it is an even term, here we are having 5 terms. Suppose that if you are having an even number of terms over here, 8, 10, 6, then 4. In that case, what you will do? You will take either of the middlemost term. In case of 6th term, the middlemost term can be considered as third term or 4th term. In the case of 8th term, middlemost term may be considered as 4th term or 5th term. In case of 10th term, the middlemost term can be considered as 5th and 6th term. So over here we are having odd number of terms. We are having only 5 terms over here, and since it is odd number, so we have added 1 in it, and then we have divided the sum 5 and 1 by 2 to get the third term. So we have taken 25 as assumed mean for our solution. Now we have to find di. Di is the difference of each xi and assumed mean. We have to find out di. Di is the difference of 5, which is the value of xi in the first term, and assumed mean 25. 25 is the assumed mean. 25 is assumed mean, and 5 is the first term. So we have to find the difference of 5 and 25. When we will find the difference of 5 and 25, we get minus 20. Similarly, we can obtain the corresponding di's. The second term is 15 minus 25, that is equals to minus 10. Then the difference of 25 and 25 is equals to 0. Then the difference of 35 and 25 is equals to 10. Then we have to find out the difference of 45 and 25. It will be equals to 20. Now, after obtaining all the di, we have to find out the difference of, we have to find out the product of fi and di. Value of fi is given to us. They are 5, 6, 4, 2 and 3. So first term is 5 of fi, and the first term of di is minus 20. So minus 20 and 5 when multiplied, it will give us minus 100. The second term of fi is 6, and the second term of di is minus 10. The second term of di is minus 10. So the product of minus 10 and 6 is equals to minus 60. The third term is 0 of di. So whatever the term of fi, it will always give us the value 0, because the product of any term with 0 is always equals to 0. Now the fourth term of di is 10, and fourth term of fi is 2. So 10 multiplied to 2 gives us 20. Now the last term of fi is 3, and the last term of di is 20. The product of 20 and 3 gives us 60. After obtaining the value of fi di, what do? We find out the total sum, that is summation of fi di. Summation of fi di, we have added all the negative terms together, that is equals to minus 160, and then we have added all the positive terms together, they are equals to 80. Now we will simplify it to get the value of summation fi di, that is equals to minus 80. Now the formula to find the assumed mean method, to find out the formula to find assumed mean method is A plus summation fi di divided by summation fi. Whatever the value we have obtained as assumed mean, that will be substituted with the formula. Since assumed mean we have taken as 25, summation fi di we have just obtained minus 80, and summation fi we have obtained 20. Now this summation fi di is substituted with minus 80 and value of summation fi is substituted with 20. After solving it, 20 and 80, we get minus 4. So the final answer is the difference of 25 and 4, that is equal to 21. Now it is the second method to find out mean. For group data we are having three methods. The first one, which I have explained you in my earlier classes, that was the direct method. For group data, today we have discussed assumed mean method, and now we will discuss the third and last method, that is step deviation method. Now here we have taken the same data again. We have to use now another method, that is step deviation method. Now the same question will be discussed to you using step deviation method. Earlier I have explained you this question using assumed mean method, but now we will use step deviation method. Since the data is same data has been taken over here. So class mass is same, corresponding frequencies, that is number of students, is also same, xi is same. What differs? The value of ui. Now what is ui? Ui is actually the quotient of difference of xi and a and h, that is di by h. It is the quotient of di and h. Di is representing xi minus a. So as we have obtained earlier di using assumed mean method, in step deviation method we have to find out ui. So how we have obtained ui? As we have obtained the value of di by finding the difference of each xi and assumed mean. Now here we have to find out the quotient of the difference of xi and assumed mean with class size. H is class size over here. In this formula, H is class size. Class size, it means that the difference of upper and lower limit of the class interval. Here we will obtain the value of ui, which we have obtained by finding the quotient of di and h. The corresponding di, the first di, that is equals to 5 minus 25 is equals to minus 20, and the quotient with 10 is equals to minus 2. Similarly, we have obtained the second ui by finding the difference of 15 and 25 and dividing it by 10. The third one, we are having the difference of 25 and 25, that is equals to 0, and the quotient of 0 and 10 is equals to 0. Similarly, we have obtained the difference of 35 and 25 and divide by 10 to get 1, the value of ui, and in the last 45 minus 25 divided by 10 is equals to 2. Now in this way we have obtained all the values of ui, which is equals to the quotient of di and h. Di representing by difference of xi and a, that is assumed mean. Xi is each term class mark. Now here we have to find out the product of fi and ui. as we have obtained the product of Fi and Di in the earlier, here we have to find out the product of Fi and Ui. Here the first Fi is 5 and here first Ui is -2. So product of 5 and -2 gives us -10. Here the second Fi is 6 and second Ui is -1. The product of it will give us -6. And in the third term we are having product of Fi and Ui is equal to 0 because the value of Ui is 0 and product with any term with 0 is always equal to 0. Now the fourth term is 2. Fourth Fi is 2. Here we have to multiply this 2 with 1 to get the product of Fi Ui is equal to 2. And the last Fi is 3 and the product of last Ui, that is 2, is equal to 6. Now we will add all Fi Ui. For that we have added all the negative terms together, that is equal to -16, and then we have added all positive terms which is equal to 8. Now the difference of -16 and 8 is equal to -8. Now we will use the formula to find step deviation method. Now the formula to find the step deviation method is equal to A plus summation Fi Ui divided by summation Fi into H. Here H is the class size and Fi Ui, summation Fi Ui divided by summation Fi. The value which we have obtained earlier, they are assumed mean that is equals to 25, summation Fi which is equals to 20, summation Fi Ui that is equal to -8, and now we will use the formula to find 25 plus -8 by 20 into 10, which is equal to 25 minus 4, that gives us the same value 21. So whichever the method you will use, the result will always remain same. So what you have to do, when in the question it is being asked that you have to use particular method, then you will use direct method or step deviation method or assumed method. It completely depends on you. If it is instructed that use the particular method, then you have to solve the question by using that method only. Unless and otherwise, you can use any method.